Hi, Deb. Thank you. It's nice to be back. I am on an off time today, being on Thursday, so this might be a few less stampers watching along, and that is fine. I'm always going to put it on my blog and on YouTube. Alrighty, I'm going to go ahead and get started. Hello, and welcome, stampers. This is Barb Reed, the Wexford Stamper, and I'm so glad to be back. Although I am doing my FaceTime on a Thursday instead of a Tuesday. But don't worry, if you miss me tonight, you can always check me out on my blog or on my YouTube channel. So I hope everyone is doing well. I love this project today, and I'm so excited to share it with you. So get yourself a beverage. Hi, Lisa. And sit back and relax. This is not a hard project, so you're going to really love it because you can make oodles of them, and they don't take a lot of DSP, that's for sure. All right, so this is my Sunshine gift bag. I just wanted to share it with you, all put together. Now, what I did is, for the contents of my Sunshine bag here, gift bag, I just kind of went to one of my favorite stores. You guys know what it is, the Dollar Tree. And I just walked up and down the aisles and found lots of yellow things. Here is a mask, a lip mask, whatever that is. And, oh, that's a great idea, Deb. I love that idea. Yep, and then here's a little baby body lotion mist. So it was really easy to find items to put in it. I mean, it literally took me 10 minutes to just load it up. So I'm gonna go ahead and share with you now how to make this cute little bags. Really fun. All right, let's go ahead and get started. First, we're going to talk a little bit about the products that we are going to use this evening. And the first one is the stamp set. And this is the stamp set here. It is called Sharing Sunshine. So cute. I love the little faces for the sun. And this is something you could use for birthday, for thank you, just because. And it's a great set to have on hand. And here I want to show you quickly. This is in the annual catalog, and it's kind of a hidden gem. It is on page 39 of the annual catalog, and it's $16. So this would be a great one to grab just to have, to make all different kinds of projects. But I just love it for the Sunshine gift bag. When I was putting my blog together, I was thinking back, my mom was the person that introduced me to this Sunshine bag, and we called it a Sunshine box. And the way we did it is, we picked out 7 little gifts and wrapped each of them in some type of yellow patterned paper, and then put the name of the different days of the week on the little boxes. And then the person had to open up one each day of the week. So that was my first exposure to Sunshine boxes, was my mom. But now the newer kind of Sunshine, they more go toward doing some kind of a color theme. Okay, so that's what I went with this evening. So I saw lots of different projects on Pinterest using this set and pairing up the yellow, this is crushed curry, with the new amazing polished pink. Hey Jody, hey Rise. So this is what we're going to make this evening, and it doesn't really take that much paper. So let me quickly go over the paper that you're going to need for this. Okay, you're going to need 5 strips of the polished pink cardstock. These are all cut at 1/2 by 11 inches. Okay, those are for doing the trim. around. Yep, that's exactly right. Yes. And people that had like extended illnesses, or I remember taking it to a friend that had a broken leg, you know, so they were going to be in bed for a while. So it would be really cool to give them a gift, you know, for 7 nights in a row. So yes, this is one strip that is 3/4 of an inch by 11. This is going to be our handle. And remember, you can kind of do your handle however you like. I just went side to side, kind of like a basket, but you could always do, you know, front to back, or you could do more like the loop handles on a purse. It's whatever works for you. Hi, Renee. Hope you are doing well. So that is the first thing I wanted to talk to you about. Then we have a piece of cardstock. This is polished pink as well. This is going to be the base, and this is cut at 5 by 2.5. Now I am working on my blog. I finished my blog just before I went on here, and I have got to get the PDF together. So it might take me a little longer this week, maybe tomorrow, till I can get that all on because I was away. But they will be up on my blog very soon, and I will post on my VIP page when everything is up. All right, so that's going to be the base of the purse. Then we have 2 pieces of the Incolor pack. Let me put that up here and show you. This is the Incolors, the new Incolors for 2021 to 2023. And polished pink is one of them. In fact, it's the top one up there. And I'm trying to think of all the colors, and I'm not sure I can do it. I can't think of the yellow one, but it's the third one down is Evening Evergreen. Then we have Soft Succulent. Then we have Fresh Freesia. Who can help me with the yellow one? Is that Bumblebee? Oh, I can't remember. But what I really love about this paper is it's going to match exactly to your cardstock, because that's just what Stampin' Up! Does. But I also like how all the different colors also have 4 different patterns that you can choose from. So it just really makes a nice paper stack to have around and make cards really quickly as well. So that's what I came up with here. And these are cut at 4.5 by 6. And see, I could use either side. If you look for at my sample here, I use the one side here with the dots and the lines. I'm going to use the other side for this bag. All right, Pale Papaya. Thank you, Lisa. I got to get my brain back onto stamping. I washed away at the beach, I guess. Then the final thing we're going to make is the little tag on the front of the bag, and you're going to need a piece again of the polished pink. This is cut at 2.25 by 4 and then scored at 1 on the long side, and that's just going to fold back over inside to the inside of the bag. And then these are the 2 pieces we need to make the sun. This is 3/8 of an inch circle, and this is 1 7/8 of an inch, and you can cut those out using the layering circles. So that's it. That's all you need for the bag, other than one more thing, and I'll show it to you here quickly, and I'll pull it out at the end. This is one of the new ribbons. This is so pretty. This is called, okay, hold on, glittered organdy ribbon, white glittered organdy ribbon. And if you can see, I don't know if you can see real well, it's got like all different color little flecks and glitter in there. So, and there is a little bit of pink glitter in there. So I thought to myself, this is gonna go perfectly with the bag. Hi, Rhonda, thanks for joining. You guys are joining me even on an off day. I love it. All right, so let's go ahead. We need to start with our base. All right, so what we need to do with the base is we need to do some scoring. And if you remember, I said the size of the base was 5 by 2.5. Okay, so what you're gonna do is you're gonna take your scoring tool. Here he is. Okay, and I'm going to score at 1/2 on all 4 sides. So I'm just gonna spin it around counterclockwise. and score all 4 sides at 1/2. So what we're going to create here is like a little box or a box lid that is going to be the base of the bag, and then we're going to be able to wrap around our designer series paper to create the bag. All right, so there is my piece of cardstock scored at 1/2 on all 4 sides. And I'm going to take my bone folder now and fold over all the sides. There we go. Then I'm going to grab my scissors and we're going to create a little box here. And this doesn't have to be fancy because this is not even going to be seen. It's going to be inside your gift bag. So don't worry too much about making perfect cuts and everything. This is just for the inside. It's going to just hold everything together. All right, so this is what I did. I just kind of freed up each one of the little flaps, and then I cut a little bit off them, just wedge them a little bit. All right, now I'm going to turn it upside down, and I'm going to grab my Tombow now, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put a little bit of glue on each of our flaps, just a little. Okay, now this little wedge didn't come out there. Now all I'm going to do is fold up the side, fold the flap back so it can go back behind the other side, and then they're going to line up the edge with the fold. You guys know how to do this. This is like making a little box. Okay, I'm going to do the same thing over here, and we'll be finished this side. Just need to hold it for a little bit. The Tombow works really, really well on this. And even though I am going to be using a lot of tear and tape to hold pieces onto the bag, I would suggest that you go back after you're finished and put a little bit of Tombow on all the ends of the binding. I'll explain it when I do it, around your bag, just to keep it flat down on the bag. It never hurts to put a little Tombow right on the ends, because as the tearing tape does get old, it kind of dries out and the ends can kind of come loose. All right, so there we have it. There is our little box. It's kind of like a lid, okay, or a little tray. And this is what we're going to use to build our purse around. Many of you have come to, I remember having a class where we made purses and you guys just loved it. So this is really, really simple. It is a design that's very similar to the ones that we made then. All right, so here are our 2 pieces of cardstock, not cardstock, sorry, DSP we're going to use. Remember, these are from the Incolor stacks. I'm going to turn them on the back. So these are the sides that are going to be on the inside of the purse. Okay, so I'm going to grab my tear and tape. Tear and tape is a great adhesive when you're working on 3D items. Okay, what you're going to do is you're going to put a piece of tear and tape at the bottom end of the DSP on the inside Okay, so I know that this is going to be my outside. So you want to make sure you're putting this along the inside. So this is going to go right here against the bottom. Okay, so this side is going to be hidden. So we're going to use the more checkered type design for our purse tonight. Okay, then choose one of them to be the piece of the panel that's going to be on the front of your purse. I'm sorry, I couldn't get that out. And for the one that's going to be on the front of your purse, you're going to run a piece of tear and tape up both sides as well. Okay. So this is going to be the front piece for my purse. Okay, we're going to put the back piece on first because we want to end with the front piece, and this will be the piece that comes around and adheres, and then it makes the front look a lot cleaner than the back. And you'll understand that in a minute. All right, everybody's good so far? All right, let's go ahead. We're gonna work on the back. And with this, there really is no front or back, so you just kind of start where you start. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and take off my backing. And I'm gonna lay it back down here. And what I'm gonna try to do now is I'm gonna try to center my little box and then also try to get the DSP to run right along the edge of the bottom of the box. I hope that makes sense. I'm actually gonna turn it this way because I think I had better success doing it kind of upside down. All right, so here I go. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm going to adhere it. Let's see how that looks. I think I did pretty good. See how I have it right along the edge. Now, if you don't get it perfectly along the edge, it's okay because we're gonna run a little piece, a strip of cardstock over the edge too, so it'll cover up all those oopses. Then I'm just going to bring this around and just fold it a little bit. I don't want to stick it yet. I'm not ready to do that, but I just want to fold it and kind of teach it which way it's going to go. All right, now we're going to do the exact same thing with our other piece. Okay, but instead of just taking off the bottom, I'm going to also be taking off the sides because we're going to, once we get the bottom started, then we can kind of work our way up to the top of the purse. Okay, so come on, you. There we go. All right, so we got this one, and remember this one has the sticky on 3 sides. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and take this and I'm gonna place it right on the front, trying to center as best as I can, and also line it up with the bottom of the box. Pretty good, pretty good. All right, now, this is when we're gonna go ahead and start putting the box, the sides of our purse together, okay? So we're gonna go ahead and push down on the back panel first and stick it right along the edge of the side of the box. So we're just gonna run it around, and you wanna pinch a little bit right there so the paper knows where to go. And then you're gonna do the same thing with this side. Pinch, but then you wanna be kind of careful as you're pinching up this way, and you kind of let the paper fall where it likes to fall. Okay, just kind of move up with it. Okay, and it should line up pretty well. And then it should be even at the top like that. You see how that kind of made a curve? Okay, now let's do the same with the other. Okay, remember we're gonna do the back side first. That's the side that only has 1 strip of tear and tape. And then we're gonna bring back our front. Remember, oops, make sure you pinch that little edge there. Bring this around too, pinch. And then kind of let it fall where it may, all the way up to the top. And there you have your little purse. See how easy that is? So easy. All right, now we're gonna go ahead and grab our strips. We've got lots to do with our strips now. You can put your 3/4 inch strip to the side for now. That is gonna be our handle. We have 5 strips here, and this, I cut 5 full size, but you're gonna have to do some trimming. All right, so again, I'm going to use the tear and tape, and let's work on the bottom first. Okay, so if you ever look at a pocketbook, there's usually a little bit of leather trim along the bottom of the pocketbook. and along the top edge. So that's kind of what we're mimicking here, the little bit of a purse. Okay, so there we go. There's two. And let's go ahead and do some adhering to the bottom. Now I'm going to take my hand and my finger and kind of give this strip a little bit of a curve, because then it's a lot more likely to stay on the box rather than if it's straight. It'll give you a little less trouble. All right, I'm going to go ahead and take my strip the sticky part, the backing off, blah, blah, blah. All right. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to line that up right with the bottom of the purse or the gift bag, just like you would if we were when we did the DSP. All right, now I'm going to bring it over to the side here and I'm going to cut it off. I know there's more there, but it's really kind of up to you how you want it to look. All right, so there's the one side. Now I'm going to bring this one around, and when you get it to approximately the middle of the side, you can go ahead and snip it off. Okay, now we're going to do the same thing coming from the back. Okay, first I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to, oh yes, I love that idea. Yep, I think a Halloween one would be perfect. What a great idea. All right, now I'm going to take my second one here. Same thing. Okay, I'm going to kind of try to center it as best I can. It doesn't have to be perfect. And I'm going to slide it down to the edge of the gift bag. Ugh, that one didn't go quite as well as planned. There we go. Okay, then I'm going to bring it around the side here. I'm going to let it overlap on the one little strip that's already there. Then I'm going to cut it off. And what's really nice about this is the strip that is going to go up is going to cover that down there at the bottom. So it'll have a nice finish to it. Let's do the same thing over here. Going to put it down. And then it overlapped the other one just a bit. And then I just cut it off there. All right, so we have our bottom down and finished. All right, so let's work on the top. Now the top is gonna be it's gonna take a little more of your strip, and I'm already rounding it before I put the the tear and tape. So make sure you've got a few rolls of this tear and tape. This is the best stuff. And it really, really keeps all your pieces in their place. Now, what I was saying about the glue is you may want to put a little bit of glue under each of the ends just to make sure that they don't pop up once you give it to somebody. All right, so let's go ahead and work on our first top strip here. Same thing, I'm going to put it to the front and you're going to go ahead and you're going to try your best to keep it even with that front panel. And now it gets to the side here and we're going to cut it off. All right, same over here. Get approximately to the middle of the side, cut it off. All right, and then one last piece across the back at the top. This is the part that takes the longest. It really is a snap to put the bag together. But I just love adding these little strips. It makes it look so much like a purse. And in some of the times when I've done the purses, I've really gone crazy and taken my gel pen and put little dashes so it made it look like there was a little bit of stitching on it. I know, crazy, huh? I have been known to do that. All right, now here is our back piece. And we're gonna go ahead and put that on there. Just overlap that side piece there just slightly and snip it off. Push that down. overlap the other strip slightly, snip, and push that down. So there we have, those are the pieces of binding around the top and the bottom. You don't need the entire piece, but I just cut the strips to make sure you'd have enough. All right, last section here. I'm gonna go ahead and take my last strip and I'm gonna fold it in half because we don't need that long of a strip for the side. This side piece is kind of optional. If you don't want to put the side piece on, that's perfectly fine, but I think it adds a little bit, but that is up to you. But all of the strips on the bag are that 1/2 inch size. All right, so let's go ahead and finish up here with our tear and tape. Okay, we're just gonna put a piece of tear and tape on these last 2 pieces. And remember, I just took one of the 1/2 inch by 11 inch strips and just folded it in half and cut it off. So this is 1/2 by 5.5. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and lay my bag down on its side, and I'm gonna take off the backing on my adhesive. And what this is gonna do, it's gonna cover up the line there and cover up where your 2 little spots are where the cardstock strips have overlapped each other, and just makes it look a lot cleaner that way. So you just want to go straight up, and you can tell what's straight up by following the design on the paper. All right, and you're going to have a tiny bit on the top that you can cut right off. Okay, so there is the one side. And now let's turn it on the other. Take our last piece here. Oops, and drop it. And then you're gonna pick it up and just place it down along the side of your purse. And then turn it and snip that right off. So there you have it. Okay, there is your cute little purse. Wasn't that easy? So easy. And what I was saying is, you may, if you notice that these aren't staying down real well, you may want to go under there with a little bit of Tombow when you're all done, just to make sure they don't go anywhere. All right, so we are getting close to finished. All right, let's now take our 11 by 3/4 inch strip. And this is gonna go right inside. I decided I wanted to do kind of the Easter basket style. So I'm gonna go ahead and using my fingers, or you can use your bone folder. You wanna kind of curve your strip. Then I'm just gonna put a small piece of tear and tape, about 1/2 inch, maybe 3/4 of an inch from the bottom, from the end to the end, just like that. Okay, and now I'm gonna go ahead and get off the little backings. And I'm gonna go in here and I'm gonna try to go directly behind where I brought my side strip up. And then same thing over here, directly behind that side strip. And then push down, and there you have it. There is your bag. So, so cute. So many different ways you can use this. I can't wait to see your Halloween one, Lisa. I think that's a fabulous idea. And that's what's so great about this. You can use that cute 6x6 paper. All right, let's go ahead and finish up our little tag that's gonna go on the front. We have a little tiny bit of stamping to do. We're gonna take this 3/4 inch circle and we're gonna make our little cute little sun face. Sun face? I guess that's what it is. It's a sun face. All right, I used a 3/4 inch circle. And then this is a 1 7/8. These are the layering circles. All right, let's work on the face first. These are some tiny, tiny little stamps, but these are in the Sharing Sunshine. This cute little one is the face. Look at that, so cute. I'm gonna put the face on first. There it is. Then I'm gonna go ahead and I've gotta put on the rosy cheeks. So I'm gonna use a little bit of that polished pink and give my son some rosy cheeks. So cute. Isn't that the cutest thing ever? I just love this set. All right, so there is that. Then the last thing we're gonna do for stamping is we're gonna bring in this stamp. This is like the little sun rays, okay? And I'm gonna go ahead and get out the crushed curry. This is crushed curry. It's the same color as my little sun, the cardstock I used there. And I'm gonna grab a piece of scrap because I don't wanna get it on my surface here if I can help it. But I'm gonna go ahead and I'm going to stamp the sun rays right on the circle. Okay, so see if I can make sure I get this in the right spot. There they are. There are the little rays. I'm gonna try again. What can happen sometimes is if you have too much ink, because I just re-inked this crushed curry, you can get it going into the little nooks and crannies on your stamp. So I'm not going to push so hard on the stamp when I'm getting the ink on it. And then I'm going to be a little more careful and hopefully I won't get any splashes. But I just inked it up. There we go. That's much better. I just inked it up and it's a little juicy and I always get so excited when I'm stamping. All right, so let's go ahead and we're going to make our cute little sun here. And this is so simple. I'm just going to take a couple of dimensionals, put them on the back of my face, and they go right onto here, right in the center. Oh, so cute. I love him. All right, now, this is our tag. And I can't remember the exact measurements. They will be on the PDF and on my blog. 4 by 2 1/4. And then on the 4-inch side, I scored at 1. This is gonna be the flap that goes behind inside the bag. All right, so the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm going to make my little flag at the bottom of my tag. So it's gonna be like a banner kind of. And I'm gonna bring in one of my favorites for banner making. This is the tailored label punch. Oh, I thought of it, holy moly. I just had to shake the sand out of my ears, I guess. Tailored label. This is fantastic because it cuts it so perfectly for you. You don't even have to try to eye it. And that's the way I like to go. Then I'm going to turn over my cute little sun and I'm going to put a few more dimensionals on the back because I want him to really stand out. All right, let's go ahead and put him on our tag. Remember, this is going to be the top of the tag because this part is going to go inside the bag. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and place this as centered as I can. Isn't that polished pink and the yellow look so cute together? I just love it. All right, let's bring in our bag, close up our ink so we don't have a disaster. I'm going to go ahead and take some of the Tombow and I'm going to go ahead and put a little bit on the inside here and a little bit down there. Okay. I'm going to turn this over. Here's my front. And I kind of put it to the side. You can put it right in the middle if you like. I put mine kind of to the side here. And then I'm just going to hold it down. It's going to be a little bit rounded, so you can kind of tell your paper how you want it to go. And round it a little bit, like that. And there is your cute little tag on the front of your bag. How easy is that? And then you can just go and your heart's desire, go to your favorite Dollar Tree and find lots of cute little yellow things that you can put inside. I showed these earlier. This is a little lip mask. I found them in really quickly. And who doesn't like a little juicy fruit? And 2 packs of the golden Oreos. So there's all kinds of cute yellow things that you can put in the bag. And then I'm really interested in seeing yours, Deb, if you're going to make one for baby shower. Oh, that will be adorable. All right, so let's go ahead and finish off with a little bit of ribbon. Okay, the ribbon I'm using is the glitter, white glittered organdy ribbon. Okay, I showed you this earlier. Couldn't remember the name, but it came back to me when I read the spool. All right, gonna cut myself a nice piece, and that's gonna go right at the top of my bag. And I'm like right super close up there. Okay, so I'm just gonna tie a cute little bow. You can also tie the bow that it's at the base on one of the sides on the strap, wherever you like. It's your bag, you do you. Okay, so I'm gonna pull these, make the loops nice and big. Then I'm gonna come back with my scissors and just do a little snipping. And there's the cute little bow on top. So there you have it. There is the Sunshine gift bag. So easy to make. I know you guys can make them. They're so nice and easily, and I'd love to see anything that you guys would come up with. Please post it on my VIP page. Love to see it. So thank you for joining me on a Thursday, and I will be back to my regular time next week on Tuesday. Tuesday, I will be doing a sneak peek of a Halloween project, and then the week following will be my 7 days of Halloween. So I'm going to do 7 straight days of Halloween projects. So join me for all that. Next Tuesday will be a Halloween sneak peek. And then the following week will be all Halloween all the time. So join me for all of those. And please let me see if you guys make some of these cute little purses. They are very simple. So thanks for joining me this evening. And I hope you have a great weekend. I almost said week, but it's weekend already. It's Friday. Thank you, Lisa. And I will see you next Tuesday. I will post in the VIP page when everything is up and ready to roll on my blog. Take care and keep on stamping. Bye now.